Good morning, happy Friday, and welcome back to the NOFO Live podcast, where we hop on live every Friday to talk about all things North Fork. Yes, I have a different backdrop today. I am actually traveling and I am in Texas. And let me tell you about the weather report from here. It is 100 something degrees. I stopped counting after 100. It's obviously an hour earlier here. I, for one, can't wait to come back to beautiful Southhold, back to 70 degrees, I guess. It's been lovely weather there. Good morning, Jamie. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. I'm enjoying your weather report from
My weather report
Texas.
from Texas
Um,
with my
I feel
USA
like
mug.
minus a few degrees, but the humidity back home has been pretty oppressive the last 2 days.
Okay. I don't want to hear about the weather. Come to Texas, girl, and then talk to me about it. But what's funny is, I was in a boot store yesterday. Good morning,
Good
Jill.
morning.
Hi. You two will have to squish much closer together. I was saying I was at a boot store yesterday, and in 100-degree weather, people are wearing boots here, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm wearing flip flops, you know.
Did you get any boots? Are you gonna get some?
I actually did end up getting short boots,
Okay,
and I
cute.
feel like fall is coming so I could wear it there. But when in Texas, you got to do it.
You gotta do it.
Got to do it. You got to
Exactly.
do it. Good morning, Cheo. How are you?
Good morning. We're doing good.
We're
Can you
so,
hear us
I
well?
mean, I don't know if I can convey enough enthusiasm on behalf of the entire Greenport or North Fork that your cuisine is back in Greenport. Is that where you started?
My cuisine?
Yes, your food is back in Greenport. So my question to you is that where you started?
I mean, in this area in the Norfolk, yes, that's where I started cooking when I started in 𝗏𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃. So that was like 2017. Uh, so yeah, Greenport was the first place, and then spent 6 years, running 𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃 and also the 𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃 Hotel a little bit. So that's home for me, basically.
Exactly. And the rest of us that have been here since the time of Kontiki are very excited that you're back.
Mm.
Okay, let's jump a little bit into your background. Before you got to the North Fork, where were you and what were you doing? And also turn the phone a little bit to you, and then maybe you could switch
Okay.
it to Ai when she's speaking so we can see you. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. So before being here in the North Fork, I was in Montauk. I was a sous chef there at the Surf Lodge. But I spent like 2 summers over there, and before that, I basically traveled and lived between Washington D.C. and Miami, working in different places and like learning as much as possible during those years. That was
So
after I
so
graduated
you've
from culinary
always
arts.
been in the restaurant business?
Yeah, I studied culinary arts in Miami, and then from there I worked like for 2 years, and I moved to Washington D.C. where I learned and so many things. I worked with Jose Andres over there, or Jose Andres,
Amazing.
and I tried different cuisines over there, different restaurants, and trying by that, to hone my skills and get more repertoire in flavors and techniques. So I went back and forward a couple of times because my family also we live part time in Miami. It's Miami and Venezuela, so that was always like home base. So yeah, for 5 years, 5 6 years, I did that, and then I always wanted to be in New York. Right, New York is always like the capital of everything, especially culinary arts too. So I wanted to start making my move towards Manhattan eventually. So that's why I worked in a place in Westchester first. That was my first New York work. And then from that, I was ready to go and work in Montauk. That was my first time in Long Island.
Not a
And
bad place to start.
no, 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 that was very intense, I have to say. And from there, a friend of mine that was working there was also working here in Greenport. So he was like connecting me with Greenport. So that's kind of how I end up here for the
So
last.
what was the
Then,
cuisine? I mean, I remember several dishes from there. What was the cuisine that you were trying to create in Kontiki?
well, so I didn't create the concept of Contiki, so I was already there. Like, I mean, I started there like a month after it opened, but
Ah,
the time was already like to be. Polynesian tropical, not tropical, Polynesian. That was the 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗃𝗃, or like a tiki bar in Polynesian food. So, but the owner was very like open and like, be creative and all the stuff. So that's how I emulsified from that Polynesian into something that at some point I didn't know what it was. I just said I was Asian tropical. So because I was putting influences from all these places that I've been, where I work, where I travel. So I was trying to put it that like under the menu, like certain flavors and spices that were not necessarily like Polynesian or Asian. So it was very experimental in that sense. I didn't say that I would put Mexican chiles, for example,
Yeah. That's why I was asking, because I've eaten them many times, but I was like, how would I describe it to
Right.
somebody?
It was difficult. It was difficult to
I
explain.
couldn't. I mean, I for one very much miss the matcha and the mame. I mean, they were just
I know.
amazing. And then you had like kimchi fried rice. I mean, a
Mm.
whole bunch of, or the chicken lollipops. I mean,
Yeah.
delicious. Everything was delicious.
Sounds
Thank you.
amazing. Wait, I have a question. How did the two of you guys meet?
So that's one of the beauty of maybe we can look each other. Okay. The nice things about Greenport, I feel like Greenport is a place where a lot of people meet and like for different reasons. And I is friends with one restaurant owner here that she was visiting or was been there one day, and I went to eat there, and we started talking. We saw each other, like she's very friendly, and we started talking about food a little bit, and then that's how we started making the first connection.
Aw, that's such a
Uh,
sweet story.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
meant to be. It was meant to be.
They were like, "Oh, you're a chef, I'm a chef, yeah, da da da," and like cool. And then at that moment, it was when I was doing the Macy empanada situation, the first pop up, and like was like freelancing almost in that sense. So I also is a private chef that does plenty of events. So that's how our combination started, really like helping each other, like with events and like coordinating. And she will do stuff in the city. I will help her, and whenever I have something going on here, like related to the empanadas or to a different pop up, we'll help each other. That's how our food interaction happened. Started.
Okay, I don't
And
want to
when
jump
did you?
over.
Oh, I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, when did you? Like, so you were like working together. When did like the romance, I guess, take off?
Ah, yes.
Yeah, we don't care about the
Well, that's
food.
No, I do. I want all. I want all of
Also, we want to hear from
that's
Ai.
public
So
now. I didn't know.
let's switch her in the hot spot. And
it.
I mean, like like food is passion too, right? So like that kind of
oh,
leads one thing to another, and like and to be tuned in that something very specific things that we like, that kind of made that path easier for the passion, the romance to happen. No, like eventually that wasn't our plan, but that's
well,
that's
food brings people together. Okay, I want to
exactly.
go. I don't want to skip over to the rest of your history here on the North Fork. So you did 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃, and
Mhm.
then you were at Minnow for a while, right? I think a year.
I opened Mino. I was
Yes.
Wow.
the opening chef of Mino, and Andrea reached out right after actually 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃 came to an end. Like okay, it's not happening. So she was with the idea of opening a restaurant. So she was referred to me, and like something like that, or vice versa. And so yeah, she was looking to a person that had the experience with what the people kind of likes around here, and then she had the idea of opening. She had that place in her mind, but
And
like
that was a
more
little
like
bit
in
more
paper.
seafood heavy, right? Like Minnow is more
Yeah,
seafood heavy. Yeah.
yeah, super seafood heavy. She has a very specific idea. Was is her brainchild, and it's like amazing, and like it's very very specific. What she's doing there, and very altruistic. So she had that idea, sustainable fishes and like everything organic. So I was in the moment of trying to see like, okay, should I keep on going doing 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃 or not? So at the moment was like, okay, let's try something different. And that's how we started working from zero. Before again, it was just ideas and papers, and then we made it happen, and other people joined, and it was like, it was a great experience to open the restaurant with her.
And then you did Maze Eats, which is basically a pop-up truck.
Basically, it started like no truck. It was just empanadas. That because after that I did other places, and then I felt like I want to go start making the pave the highway to or the routes to be able to end up here. So I felt like, it was in the middle in the summer. So I felt like at least what I can do is to do something fast and that I can deploy easy, will be empanadas, and I can pop in different places. Obviously, one of the beautiful things around here is that everybody, all the friends that we have, and the people is amazing, so like helpful and wanting to support. So I knew I could like talk to Little Creek, and they gave me one day when they were closed, for example, so I could do the pop-ups and empanadas over there on the Macaris, and then so I knew it was different places where I can.
Were you at Lumber and Salt? Why do I remember Lumber and Salt?
Yes, Lumber
I
and
was
Salt.
like,
They were
what
actually the
the hell
All
first.
is
over the
Lumber and
place.
Salt?
That was the first actually where I started doing empanadas. By the way, sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
They were incredibly supportive. They actually even hosted the first like big opening situation, like Chefs pop-up empanadas. They make something super cool at the bar that they have, and they like incredible. I mean, again, it's incredible supportive. And so from there, I started doing the empanadas certain days over there, and then over here in Little Creek, and then different places. So that I kind of like to get going with a personal thing, a personal business, right? So that was the first year of the empanadas, and then the following year, I kind of like wanted to evolve the brand into something more stable in terms of because they're popping up and breaking down and putting things together is like very tiresome. So
and there was a lot of demand. I felt there was like a secret society. You never knew when you
yeah,
were going to get the empanadas.
I didn't even know that they
We
were like
needed. No, really, don't laugh. It was like we don't know when we're going to get them,
yeah,
but they're at Lumber and Salt.
I love that.
yeah, and
You missed
Kelly,
that era of not knowing when you can get Cheo's food. Like now, you can
yeah.
walk in seven
I'm
days
so
a week.
lucky. I don't have to fight for it or wonder.
So then you parked everything at Shoals, right?
Yeah.
Then you became okay.
So they kind of developed more the brand with not just empanadas, actually not empanada and everything else. And then that's where I kind of brought back a little bit of the 𝗏𝗀𝗀𝐾𝗫 situation that I developed over there. And then that year, I was also like, we're seeing how we can start working together. So we worked together in the shows at the food truck, since day one. So we started even more like, intertwining our ideas and how we work and the flavors. A lot of the dishes actually that we were doing at the show were like heavily iced and her nuances and the flavors, and they were starting to see how we can work together to make it cohesive between the two kind of culinary backgrounds, and that's kind of like cemented more, the foundation for Stereo.
So the first time I had Ai's food was when you did, because you did different cuisines pop up, and you guys did a collaborative Indian cuisine
Yeah,
at Shoals, and of course I have to show up. And oh my God, if I didn't convey it enough that day, I know, Chael, you know I love your food and it's delicious, but Ai's lentils and whatever she
yeah,
just blew me away. The flavors were so on point and
yeah.
just delicious. It was amazing.
And that was I mainly. Is that she
I
made
like I
that
said,
that
I love your food,
that
but I'm giving credit to her.
exactly. No, tell me, you were saying that right. See, I just wanted to reinforce that point that that's
Yes.
like her flavor profiles are like so like she understands so many things that are the principle of the flavor that is amazing, very something.
So tell
And
us, I guess, like, what was the genesis for Stereo? Like, what was the process like behind the scenes in terms of getting this project up and off the ground and having people come in through your doors and eat your food in a brick and mortar spot that is your own?
uh, so again after like at least on my end, no, like I will tell her story about that. Like in my end, like after the whole 6 years experience in Kentucky, I was been kind of like looking how to get to this moment, no. So that's why empanadas, then the shows, and then the next project was to have brick and mortar. So we actually were looking after last year's experience in the food truck. We started looking for a brick and mortar. That took us around like we were looking in Brooklyn. We're looking in different places and looking see what's possible at the moment. So it's difficult to wait.
Brooklyn is too far for us to
I
come
know,
get your
but
food. Like, what are you talking about?
it takes time to wait from one summer to another. So that's
Yes.
the part
Yeah.
that
I
it's
mean, it's
really
good for
really hard.
you, but not good for Jamie and I.
And then we're looking, and that same time we're starting to work in the possible idea of how that look and how that place kind of will maybe look. We start having this conversation, visiting different places perhaps. We also, very important, we travel quite a bit also together. for the last 2 years, since pretty much after that first summer. We went to uh, Brazil. It was amazing. We went to Costa Rica. We went to Colombia. So we're like also experiencing these countries together and absorbing from that. So also it's a big part of what we've been doing. No? Then the following, the same year actually, in this about February, we went to. She invited me to Japan when she was going there to do certain things, and then she had this amazing idea. We're like, hey, let's do a pop-ups over there. And then that's also kind of it adds to all this moment, right? So we were doing pop-ups in Japan, and she told me like, let's go and do something different. So we'll say she says will be very interesting to do something like Venezuelan, which is not known over there too much. And then we were doing Venezuelan Japanese food already, kind of over there.
In Tokyo.
In Tokyo.
Wow, what an experience.
And also we did a very interesting dinner that besides the Venezuelan food, then we did a dinner that was design, or the showcasing was our to showcase our experience through all these countries that we traveled together. So we did a Latin American sit down dinner, like 7 courses, I think it was, about every country, one dish. So like Costa Rica, Brazil, Colombia, over there in Japan. So that was also part of the cementing and
Cheo, what this sounds to me? It sounds to me like a love story being told through food. All your experiences just being put with so much love on a plate.
Right. No, definitely. It's that, it's for love of food first and foremost, I think, and then everything else follows. We live this life through food, and that's what we do. And then there's so many nuances about being in this industry and like what it represents and what that means for economical reasons, and also the sacrifices and the body and everything in time. So like definitely we have chosen to live this life, and we could have done anything else, but this is what satisfied us and make us happy. So that foremost, that's kind of the love story through food and through the people around it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and kind of putting a bow on everything you just said, talk to us about the name. Like, why is Stereo so representative of what you guys are doing over there?
So basically, I have a friend that is very, very creative person, and then we were talking to them over there in the city, like, if we make the restaurant, what we call it. So we wanted to have a name that first is easy to understand in every culture, and second, like something that doesn't say like food restaurant, or doesn't say Japan or Venezuela. We want it to be like more abstract and broad, and something also that will play in duality, because we're two chefs that in two minds that design the whole restaurant also and all these things. So he came up with Stereo, which is perfect, because for stereo you need 2 speakers, right? And otherwise mono. And so it was like, yeah, that's perfect, makes sense. We love music too, obviously, and then in that reason, in that sense, that we connected with that idea, and then yeah, it's cool. And how people, the only thing I was thinking, like, hopefully people doesn't come to over here thinking that I can buy a speaker, but or a record, but that hasn't happened yet. I thought it was gonna happen.
I'm sure it will at some point.
Okay, so your background is Venezuelan, and Ai is Japanese, correct?
Yeah.
And therefore, a lot of the cuisine is a meld of both. But tell us a couple of dishes, that people would walk in. What would they expect?
Well, I think like maybe you wanna say that part of the story. Yes, it's that. I just wait, because also like in the part of that, well, she's the cook, but let's talk into that. That
We're not scary, Ai. You can talk to us.
Just running away from the camera.
Get closer, please.
You'll have to turn it a little bit more, Cheo. Turn it a little bit more angle towards Ai.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do this, because otherwise I feel like I just talked with myself over here. Yeah, the nuance of the dishes that we're doing together, like, which will kind of represent more the stereo idea.
Right. I think that we try to, it's it's a Venezuelan Japanese inspired food, and then try to use the local ingredients as much as possible. That's the theme, and then also try not to lose the sparkle of the food ingredients, and then so it's like a kind of bright, and then at the same time a little bit of subtleness, and let the ingredients shine the dishes or the dishes. Yes.
You know
So
what?
what
I
did you?
exactly what you're describing is what was on the plate. Literally simple ingredients, subtle flavors, but so delicious. Like one of my favorite dishes that day when we came was the avocado lentil. I don't know if it was a salad or whatever. I mean, it was amazing. It's simple, refreshing, and amazing.
Right. Yes, that is called 𝗲𝗂𝗪𝗃𝗃. It's basically the Venezuelan staple sauce. The avocado sauce.
Not really. It's not avocado sauce.
Oh.
Remember, it's like not traditionally. It's like a chimichurri.
Right.
But my mother makes it with avocado.
Gotcha.
And then the other dish that stands out to me, I don't know what magic you guys did to the clams.
Mm.
Oh, the
They were
dashi.
incredible, incredible. Have you tried the clams there? Have you tried the clams there yet?
That's okay. It's okay. I have not, but I'm actually gonna be there this afternoon, so I'm kind of getting a little preview of all of the delicious things that I'm in store for
Oh, the
today. But
pressure is on now for the two of them. Now that they know the
Yes.
VIP guest is coming.
they already knew I
Yeah,
was coming.
yeah, you know.
No, I'm super excited to just because I don't think I've ever. I mean, I've definitely obviously had different versions of fusion before, but I don't know that I've ever had specifically Japanese and Venezuelan like kind of coming together. Is there like a dish or two on the menu that you guys feel really represents both of your cultures and your cuisines and your backgrounds and your story together?
We should think represent the rest of us, and yeah.
I exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏, I think that's what that would probably the most telling of that. Both words coming together. Like, for example, I come from Hokkaido. She was born in Hokkaido, the north part of Japan, and I come from the mountains, actually, in Venezuela.
Cool.
But grew up more like in the water part, like in the lake of Maracaibo, which is hot, very hot and humid. So we couldn't come in different geographical places, like it's so different, right? So and that two experience of life and work and tasting the flavors and everything comes together in that dish, I think, because the marination or the way we season the fish is with kosho. It's a kosho, lime kosho that I make from scratch over here. That is very very Japanese, no? But it's very bright and citrusy. So that pairs very well with the rest of the part of the background part, which is the yuca mash situation that we do. That is we eat a lot there in South America and Venezuela. So those two flavors with the fish makes so much sense, and it's so fragrant. So that right there to find that key connection in between those two flavors and the two techniques and flavor making. That's the presentation that we want to try to make as much as all the dishes that we do perfectly.
Yep.
Like that's a very well, easy to understand Japanese Venezuelan dish. You have to say that.
Right. And then the seasoning that we use for the fish, we call it lime kosho. We don't have lime in Japan. Like it's very rare to find a lime in Japan. But we use yuzu, which is Japanese citrus in Japan. But it's hard to find the yuzu here, or very expensive. So we use lime instead, and then which makes a really bright flavor to the bright kick to the fish.
Which is very funny because in Japan it's not easy to find limes, and they're expensive in Japan. Actually,
So it's like the opposite.
Yeah, it's so funny.
No, I'm curious. Like when you guys are kind of collaborating on a dish like that, like who takes the lead? Like how does your creative process work and come together when you guys are kind of like coming up with dishes like that?
I think it's very organical that happened. I think like we just start thinking about something and then we fit each other's idea and then we usually somewhere very well, like
Right.
it's
What
not,
about this? What about
yeah.
this? And then like we kind of meet.
All the menu, by the way, is designed by us 50/50. We have input in all the dishes. Maybe only the ceviche and the tuna is really actually like tuna is more like in your end for sure, and driven by I. And the ceviche is the ceviche that I've basically been making for the last 6 years, but it's the way I make it really, and I've been curating that technique for years. So that's maybe the only two that probably are like more separate in terms of the development, but the rest of the menu is definitely super. What about this? What about that? Well, let's make this one. Even the one that is, we'll say, is very Venezuelan, but interesting in a way, is the black beans 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. That we were just talking about different things that she asked me, like, what are the Venezuelan food, right? What are the Venezuelan dishes? And then I will tell you, what this and this and that. So that dish is really actually, that season is usually made for lamb in Venezuela. But we wanted also to be very vegetable friendly, vegan friendly, and like vegetarian, pescatarian. So like, how about, that was his idea, like, how about we use that, but instead of using lamb, let's do black beans. And I was like, yes, 100%. Why not? That would be great. And then with those things, we started sparking ideas from wherever trips we have been. And I went to India, as you know, Sunita. So that dish is very Indian too, because we had in front of Venezuela, we had Trinidad and Tobago and Aruba and these countries, islands that were part of the Commonwealth, meaning that for that reason that they were a Hindu community, big time over there. So they were only like 45 minutes from the coast of Venezuela. So they brought the spices there to Venezuela. So that dish, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, is actually mean curry. It's just how the Venezuelan translated, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, curry. And
So now that you're bringing it up, I guess I'm free to ask if some of those cuisines, and especially eyes, lentils, and the sambar, are they going to creep into stereo at some point?
possibly,
Possibly.
yeah, no,
Okay,
I mean,
I'll take possibly for now.
yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to ask, when I came, you had a dinner menu, and which was the same for lunch. But then, are you also adding? Did I see when I walked past once? Are you making arepas? Are you doing different? Tell us what's available. Is the lunch menu and dinner menu the same, different? Are you what can one expect when you show up?
We did lunch for a month.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the challenges of opening a restaurant here, first, staffing, so difficult. So we have a very not limited. We have the people that we have in the seat. So we're trying to work it out to see, if we can do lunch and dinner. But this month coming right now, that is really busy. We felt like it's not safe for the quality of things to put things. So we just decided to just do dinner for now, and then
Makes
when
sense.
possible,
Makes
then
sense.
do lunch
Yeah.
too. But
So
yes,
what hours and days are you open?
we are open
Wednesday.
Yes,
To
Wednesday through Monday.
See,
5
you need
to
two people. You need two people. You can't do it alone, Cheo.
yeah, no, Wednesday through Monday, and
Perfect.
Wednesday special.
then we do Wednesday special. Why we do Wednesday?
Okay, wait. What's special on Wednesday? Talk to me, I.
So on top, I think I mean we are still in talk. Like it's not really final, but we did a little bit of the Wednesday special. It's called Izakaya Wednesday. Izakaya is like a Japanese like pub food, and then like so we had a little bit of the small dishes, and then plus the burgers, and then the sandwiches. But we are talking about bringing out the regular dish, and then also the specials, more special that we can explore fun dishes.
Right. Yeah, because for the rest of the days we're keeping it obviously that's stable and not stable, but like I forgot the word. Not to change too much the menu for the regular days, and then that day is the day for us to be creative, because it's not going to be small dishes that whatever we have, and and we get that the day, so we make small dishes that is bar dishes, and that's why it's 𝗥𝗲𝗀𝗃, because 𝗥𝗲𝗀 people in Japan goes and drink and eat these small things. So that's the fun part for Wednesday fun day, and then yeah, we'll be open 6 days now.
Amazing.
You guys are making it sound easy. I mean, we all understand how difficult operating, running, and you guys are owner chefs in this restaurant. So you're hands on. You walk in, I see you cooking, I see I cooking. And I love that you guys are keeping that creative passion and having fun with it because I mean, you guys know more than anybody else. It's a lot of hard work. But your love for food and your passion certainly shows through, even with the let's have fun on Wednesday, let's try this, let's try that. And we're lucky to be the recipients of that.
I mean, quite frankly, we also, we had great ones in this place, and we painted and we graded these different colors and painted 3 times and cut this wood over here.
Wow.
And I stain it and then looking through the lamps and all this stuff. So basically, where we're trying to make a home for us to be able to be creative. There's all the part that's slightly difficult here that we're definitely cooking for ourselves, and then hopefully we like that. Hopefully people like it, and that's the whole point here. I think.
Well, the location is fantastic. You can't miss it. It's in the heart of Greenport on Front Street. Like if you're standing at the carousel, if you guys haven't been, it's like literally any place you look on Front Street, and I love how you keep your doors wide open. I love that concept. It's just so inviting, as you're walking up and down Front Street.
Hey, important to add there is like we designed this place for winter, really, like the colors and the feelings for winter. So because we're gonna be year round too. And that also will allow us to do other dishes. So maybe when that time comes, we'll do more dal and
Don't
Indian.
be teasing us. Don't be teasing us. Don't be saying
No,
it and then not delivering.
Sunita's gonna hunt you guys down until you give her those lentils.
I'm gonna find where they live. I'm gonna find out where they live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Wednesday special.
Wednesday
Wednesday
special.
special.
You are
To keep an eye on your guys' like socials to make sure we know.
Wednesday's gonna be the fun day. Forget Sunday fun day. It's gonna be Wednesday fun day.
Wednesday fun day. Wednesday 𝗥𝗲𝗀𝗃.
I love that. I love that. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We could keep talking to you for hours. But let's jump into the NOFO Live 5. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, again, you can choose to answer this both ways. If you were feeding Jamie and I, what would you cook? Or if we were going out, where would we go and what would we eat?
What would you cook for the
Clam.
the clam dish? Okay. Sure. Clam ceviche. Yeah.
Clams, beef. That sounds great.
I mean,
Sorry.
Yeah, but if you're not cooking, Cheo, where would you go eat?
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I haven't been able to go out.
You're like, what's
when we
that
have
like?
a chance, we just sneak out and we get a pizza for 1943.
I was
So,
like,
by the way, yes, I think 1943. I really like how we talk about that, and this is like incredible what they do. It's so perfect.
yeah.
That pizza is just perfect. There's nothing else to say. It's perfect.
They've been doing it for years, and it's like boom, boom, boom,
Always the same.
always the same.
Quality.
Yes.
Good pizza.
So, definitely, yeah. Pizza, one of the ones they make that are like seasonal ones that they make, though. We'll definitely go and try that out.
Yeah, they're great. They're great.
All right. Well, I think by looking at the menu, I might know the answer to this question, but what is your guys' go-to farm stand or farm stands that you love?
Well, we deal with several farmers, and then they're all amazing. We love the ingredients from 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃. They do have a little exotic ones, and then the fun stuff, and also biodynamic. And then they're amazing people as well. The spicy mix, the tomatoes and shiso they have, it's amazing. Also, the deep roots, the greens, cucumbers, and all of the produce are really beautiful. Also, Mimi from 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗳𝗀𝗃𝗃.
𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗃, something like that. Her name is, yes, but I know what the farm.
Right.
𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗃 in Orient, yes.
Yes, in the Orient. Yeah, she brought us beautiful, beautiful herbs and flowers, and then like a little bit of specific the items like Japanese cucumbers and then chives, and it's amazing. And we recently started dealing with lamb.
Yeah. For
Mhm. So
Yes, it's they have great products as well. Like they have like sweet corns and everything. So yes.
But
their
But how
sweet
lovely.
corn, their sweet corn is my favorite corn that I've had so far this summer, which is saying a lot because it's so good. But theirs was
So
like
sweet.
especially sweet.
Right.
Okay, you
Yeah.
heard it here, people, from the foodie chef that has tried every corn. Although I will say, we've had a lot of visitors, and they picked up farm from Bayview, and
I
it
love
was
Bayview.
really, really good.
No, Bayview's like my local. I go
It was
there.
really, really good.
So
Yeah,
good.
Baby's not local to me. So
You
for
can
me, it
buy
was
like
oh,
bushels
you-
of corn at Bayview.
Yes,
wow.
I did see the sign. They only have bushels of corn for
Yeah.
sale. So,
Amazing.
but how lovely, that in a 5 mile radius, you're able to pick up fresh ingredients. I mean, I know you can just go to KK's and either pick it yourself or Gordon and I will have picked it that day, and you're putting it on the plate and we're eating it the same day. We're so lucky to be surrounded by so many beautiful farms.
I mean, I even goes in one of her favorite days is Saturdays because we have in front of us the farmers market.
Yes, right there.
Like right there also. So then and she buys from different whatever you
Right.
have your attention.
Awesome.
And
That's
so it's not
awesome.
just even those, like we buy from as much as possible from everyone.
Yeah, like a farm like Golden Acres that's farther away for you is kind of literally bringing it to you in Greenport.
Exactly. How lucky we are, imagine.
Yes.
So cool.
Okay, now I know you have cocktails there as well, right? Or sake. So tell us what you have at the restaurant and also what might you be personally enjoying. Cocktail, mocktail, brewery, vineyard.
What do you prefer? For yourself?
Wine, cocktail, and sake.
All of it. All of the above.
All of the above.
So tell us a little bit about the sake that's available at the restaurant.
So we brought a sake from Brooklyn Kura, which is the company is located in Brooklyn, and then actually they are brewing in upstate New York right now. They started in Brooklyn. They used to have a brewery there. But we stopped by at their bar in Industrial City in Brooklyn, and then we had a tasting over there, and then it was like really amazing.
Yeah.
So we decided to bring then to our restaurant Stereo, and so far we only carry their Brooklyn Kura sake. So one of them is called Blue Door. It's really umami rich sake, but a very nice clean finish, and it's served with a keg from the keg. So it's keeping nice and fresh.
So it's on tap. Sweet.
Another one is a sparkling sake.
Ooh.
Every year, I guess people are like, oh, surprised, and then they do petnat style, so it's fermented in a bottle. So they don't add the CO2 or gas into there. So it's like a naturally bubble.
So it's method shampoing, or however you say that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's
interesting.
fun drink. Yes.
Beautiful.
All right.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I had the, I think, is it the Venezuelan lemonade? There was like a mocktail lemonade. It was so good. So I don't know, Jamie, if that's calling a name. I think it's gingery, whatever it was. It was delicious.
I love that.
Also very important to say that, no, we probably shared the 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏 Tokyo Libre. Was it a cocktail or was it just a lemonade?
No, it was a mocktail. It was a lemonade,
okay.
I think. I want to say lemonade, but it was good.
Yeah, lemonade. That's our Venezuelan lemonade. But
yeah, Venezuelan
lemonade.
That's what I thought it was.
Since we were talking about Brooklyn Kura, is that they also sent us the casu, which is the casu means actually sake, right? So what is left after the sake in production?
Oh.
So the rice mash basically, and the bread that was in the clams, I mix the bread for that, and she adds the casu into the bread, so it gets that
That's
wow.
why it
newer.
was so good.
Yes.
So it's like that's like the yeast that you use for the bread, is
No, it's
essentially?
not
Or
it is, no, but it's more. That's not the active yeast that you use.
okay.
No, not a starter, but I just mix into the.
Yum.
Yeah,
Well, amazing.
for the flavor. Yes.
Yeah, no,
That
it's
sounds
super
awesome.
good. Also, that the crackers for the tuna, she makes that from scratch. It's like a lot of prep here. That's
Wow, that's amazing. All right, next question. Are you guys, I don't know that you have time for either these days, but are you sunrise or sunset, and where on the North Fork are you watching it? If you have time to catch either.
right. Wait, sunset or sunrise?
Well, I do sunrise actually.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I wake up early, so try to. Yes.
Do you have a special
Sunset
spot
is
that you like?
always it's really great here. It's like a
Yeah.
changing the color of the sky, and it's so beautiful that I've been missing in Brooklyn so much, and then we don't get to see over there, but here the entire sky changed the color. It's like so nice.
Love that. And do you
Sunset.
have a special spot that you watch it, or?
Sunset in the sound side of it. I mean, especially our friends also the Halyard. That's like, I mean, I don't think it gets better than that. Really, it's incredible. Like, the place is beautiful, and you get to see you with all these big windows. That's spectacular, right?
Right.
Yeah, super spectacular.
And I always end up only thinking of it from the deck and the halyard. But I recently did a pop-up at the Low Tide Bar at Soundview. And I was surprised at how many people come to the Low Tide Bar to catch a drink and catch the sunset. I never think of it. And they have fire pits, and they light the fire at 7:30 before this. It's a beautiful place.
It's amazing
Catch
what
a
they do. It's
sunset.
so
I might have to put that on my list for this weekend.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I think they have live music on weekends. I mean, like I said, the Halyard is a great spot, and we always think of the restaurant and the deck, but the Low Tide Bar is pretty cool too. Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
On the water, right?
Yeah.
Correct. With your feet in the sand, yes, or pebbles or whatever your feet are in. It's beautiful. We are so grateful that after you traveled the whole world and explored everywhere that you choose, to settle here in Greenport. But tell us, what do you love about being part of the North Fork community?
I mean, for me this year, I think I'm so grateful for the amount. Again, we're just going back to the soil, like the sheer amount of incredible, real, meaningful farms that are here that they create and work so hard, especially too. By the way, it's like with this weather, but this is pretty hot today.
Yeah.
And it's so flavorful. Like it makes our work even easier and more happy. Really, I think I'm the most grateful for that this year, especially. I think like with I think like we my cuisine, my repertoire, they have expanded so much, and then she's been teaching me so much about it too, like the appreciation to the vegetables. But I think like for me is that, I mean, I do appreciate them before, right? But like this is even more like that subtleness and the nuances. She made it, by the way, a new dish. It's called 𝗥𝗲𝗄𝗍. This all with local vegetables over here. It's fantastic. It's like my best favorite way to eat vegetables now. So try it here.
Is it on the menu?
Yeah, it's in the
I
menu.
didn't know if it was something she was making you for your dinner. And we're like, come on, stop teasing us. Oh, that sounds incredible. It's so wonderful to hear your passion and see. I mean, obviously I should tell we've known you longer than we've known I, but to see you blossoming and thriving and for us to be the recipients of your food love story on a plate is I kind of wish I was in South Hole today to go with you, Jamie.
I know. I wish you could come with.
It's going to be a spectacular, delicious meal.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. How lucky am I? I get to hang out with these guys twice today. So
Is today First Fridays?
Sorry? Oh, sorry.
I think it is the first Friday of the month. So today, I mean, again, I'm in Texas, so I'm a little out of the loop
Right.
of what's going on there. But I do believe today's first Friday. So 𝗏𝗏𝗃 Lovely shuts down. All the restaurants will be putting out food. So it's definitely a place to be.
I did see Meadowlarks coming back with their Friday garden party starting tonight as well.
Nice.
That's awesome too. So, as always, beautiful summer going on, lots to do. Stereo Resto open Wednesday through Mondays for dinner. Go check out their cuisine and try out that sparkling sake. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Jamie, for
Of
co-hosting.
course.
And we'll see you next Friday.
All right. Bye,
Have a good
guys.
Thank you.
weekend.
See you
Bye.
soon. See you there soon.